Hello. Today we are going to talk about something very serious. I am of course referring to the holy ritual of making hummus. Now, over the last few years, hummus has become very popular in westernized countries. And yet, for some reason, rather than take this pure, unadulterated paste of pleasure, people are coming up with all sorts of things to what's the word? Desanctify and violate the hummus with. So before we talk about what goes into hummus, let's start with what does not go into hummus. And the other thing I should add, that hummus is definitely Middle Eastern. Now, when I say Middle Eastern, I mean everything from kind of Egypt, around Israel, Lebanon, Iraq, whatever, even as far as Turkey. It is not Moroccan. There's no such thing as Moroccan hummus, Moroccan spice hummus. I don't know what it is. I mean, if you want to see where Morocco is, if you just go to the terrace. I mean, look, here I am in sunny Gibraltar, okay? And over there, just behind those cranes and those clouds, that's Morocco, okay? So that's not the Middle East, okay? Not the Middle East, okay. So, what does not go into hummus? Okay. Red pepper does not go into hummus. If you want to have a little salad, roast pepper, fresh pepper, if you want, with it on top as a garnish, whatever, not in hummus, okay? Same for green pepper, okay? Now, people seem to add all sorts of spices to the hummus. I mean, cumin, cumin. If you add cumin to hummus, all you're going to end up making is something that tastes like cold falafel paste, which isn't very pleasant. Okay, by all means, a bit of cumin on top, maybe some cumin with bread, some falafel, but not inside the mixture. Same goes for other Middle Eastern spices like paprika or turmeric, and even sumac, not inside, on the top, okay, as a garnish. Another crazy idea that people seem to have is that olive oil goes into hummus. I don't understand, just because it's Middle Eastern, doesn't mean that it has olive oil inside it. It's like you don't necessarily put chorizo in paella, which apparently I've learned when Jamie Oliver did it, and the whole of Spain went up in arms. I mean, fair enough. And last but not least, this stuff, beetroot. Now, repeat after me, all you hipsters. Beetroot has no place in hummus. Okay, now, as it happens, I don't like beetroot. I only bought this simply to show to you and say to you that this does not belong in hummus. There's no such thing as a beetroot hummus. If you want, have a beetroot salad with hummus or a chickpea and beetroot dip. But beetroot hummus, no. Okay. So what does go inside hummus? Well, we have our lovely chickpeas. I use fresh. I prefer to use fresh because it's much nicer. Now, if you are short of time, and when I mean short of time, I mean the world's about to end and you have to pick up the kids from school, maybe it is acceptable to use tinned, but it is much nicer to use fresh, okay? Lemons. Lemons go into hummus. Notice how these are actual lemons and not some rubbish lemon juice alternative, okay? Tahini paste, raw tahini paste, okay? Garlic, okay? Some salt, and of course, last but not least, bananas. Only kidding. Okay, so I've already boiled my chickpeas. Before we start, let's play some music. Okay, chickpeas. Now, once you've soaked your chickpeas and you boil them for a couple of hours, put some baking soda, otherwise known as bicarbonate of soda, from your pharmacist as well. Okay? Now, for this recipe, I've used 250 grams of dried chickpeas. So, what we're going to do, we're going to decant them into the colander and remeasure the mass. So we then know roughly how many boiled chickpeas that's equivalent to. I'll just turn the music down. Okay, so 250 grams of dried chickpeas boils to, wow, 840-ish grams of cooked chickpeas. So if you're in that end of the world scenario and you have to use tinned, make sure you remember that to use 20 grams of boiled chickpeas with a liquid already drained. Okay, now what you do, you get your chickpeas, put them in your blender, on your blender attachment, the blade, the main blade, can you see that? Yes, okay. Now, put your chickpeas in, okay, drain. Keep the water from the chickpeas, okay? Okay, put that to one side. Okay, now, for the said amount of chickpeas, I'd use about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cloves of garlic. Fresh garlic, not frozen, not pre-chopped, not powder, fresh, okay? Next, the juice of about 5 lemons, okay? 5 lemons, okay? Best results, use lemons given to you by friends who have lemon trees. Okay, so let's pour it in. I'm actually not going to pour all of it in because sometimes it comes a bit too watery and then you can't really reverse it out. Now for the 250 grams of chickpeas, dried chickpeas remember, you need a half tablespoon of salt, roughly that, yes? Okay. We're going to give that a quick blitz. Okay. Have a smell. Okay. You have something that looks like this. Okay? And smells not too pleasant, I have to say at this stage. But wait! Now you need to have one more ingredient, tahini, pure tahini. Now, as a simple rule, I use 1 milliliter of tahini per gram of chickpeas, not grams of tahini. So I've used 250 grams of dried chickpeas. I'm going to use 250 milliliters of raw tahini. You can add more, you can add less. The more you add, the more kind of smooth and thick it's going to be. Well, that's a rough thumb figure, whatever you call it. Okay, let's get all that in there. Okay. That's about 250 mils. Okay. Now you need to blitz it one more time. It struggles a bit with the heat. Now, if you look inside, let's see if we can look inside. Where's the camera? See that there? See the lovely hummus forming there? Okay, just gonna keep it going. It's a bit noisy, I'm sorry. Let me get my spatula. I have my, saucy spatula. Okay, once you've kind of done one round on the good old blender, you need to sort of just take the spatula around. Okay, and at this point, what you should do is have a little taste. Okay. Very nice music. Oh, that is almost perfection. But I prefer mine a little bit lemony. Now, consistency-wise, it's quite thick. So adding more lemon juice will also make it more dilute. Another trick I forgot to tell you about is add the chickpeas warm, okay, from the stove. So decant the water, keep the water, and it's warm, it blends better, okay? Add a bit more lemon juice. And just for good luck, to show you what you can do with it, we'll get our decanted water and we'll just pour in a tiny bit of the hummus water. Now apparently you can use it to make meringue and all sorts of things like that. I haven't done it yet. And then we just put it in the glass. Enjoy the music in the meantime. Okay, while that's going, find yourself a dish. Just a bowl. Okay, now let's have a look. Ah, you gotta look at this, you gotta look at this, you gotta look at this. You just want to dive in. Okay, if you want at this point, add a little salt, maybe a little more garlic, not pepper, I forgot to mention, salt, okay? And don't worry about the bananas, okay? Get a spoon, clean spoon, try not to eat the whole lot in one go. Oh, very good. Okay, as it's warm at this point, check the thickness. As it cools down, it can go a bit more stiff. So what you want to do is actually get a bit more of your hummus water, add a bit more, okay, and then, okay, one more blitz. Okay. Now, look at this, folks. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so let's put it in the bowl. Okay. Music. That's it, nice and thick. Oh, this is just delicious. A bit of homemade bread, falafel. Oh, garnished with olive oil, garnished with a bit of paprika, and a bit of chili jam, which of course we all saw how to make in my last video. So, happy blending. Thanks for watching. Bye.